Hey, this is Jason with Denwerks again. 3 videos in 1 week. I'm learning a lot on the job training. Anyways, hey, this is a 1966 Galaxie 428 7 liter. So it's a Galaxie 500 7 liter. Very nice condition. Very original car. It's got original paint, original interior. Believed to have 45,000 miles. I'm not sure. The guy I got it from owned it since 1987. Got it from the original owners. It was bought new in Elk Grove, California. Bought at Frank Kate Ford down there in Elk Grove too. A retired couple. They had just retired from owning a dairy farm. They wanted a rig that they could actually put a Airstream behind and they could travel the country, but they wanted something with a lot of torque. They wanted something with some horsepower. They wanted a 2-door hardtop. They didn't want a big 4-door station wagon or anything like that. You can see here the lights all work on it. We got brake lights, blinkers, reverse lights, and even down here, the light underneath the license plate. If you notice there, I've got 1966 Oregon dealer plates. I just put those on there for fun. That's something if you went on a test drive in Oregon here, they would have put that on there. But it's very clean body. There's no touch-up paint or anything on it. It's got its flaws, but there's no touch-up, no nothing. I haven't waxed it. I haven't done anything. It was the guy bought it in '87 from the original owners. They used to send the guy Christmas cards. They would, talk back and forth. His insurance agent actually found out about the car and knew that he liked high-performance cars. So in '87, he went over to their house and bought it from them. And he drove it up to about 1992 and then parked it. Life kind of got in the way. There's our windshield wipers working. Life kind of got in the way, and he decided, let's park it in a friend's barn. And there it sat until last year. I'm going to show you the lights working. Got blinkers, got high beams, running lights, and the high beams actually, I just noticed that one over there on the right isn't working. I'll get that changed for you. Anyways, in '92 we stopped driving it, and it didn't come out till about a month and a half ago when I bought it. He lost his storage. He brought it home. And the odd thing is, a lot of people ask me, how did you run across this car? How do you run it into your cars? And a lot of times, just like anybody, I look on Craigslist. But a lot of the cars lately are cars that people have called me about, and so a friend knew of a car, different things like that. And so anyways, I was driving an old military Jeep that I have, 1962 Mutt M151, which I love the old military stuff. And anyways, I was driving in a neighborhood and I saw this thing parked in the in this guy's garage, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool. I should go around there and check it out and see what's going on. Hey Tim, step on the exhaust real fast, see, it doesn't blow any smoke. Throttle's nice, very quiet. I'm a little OCD, I think that's what they call it. It's a little sporadic, but anyways, I saw it there and I thought I'm going to turn around and ask this guy what he's doing with it, but I didn't. I actually went home, and no joke, 15 minutes later, I get a phone call from a guy that told me he just took his car out of storage and he was thinking about selling. And I said, well, what is it? And he says, well, it's a 7-liter 66 Galaxie. And I said, let me stop you right there. Is it turquoise? And he goes, well, how'd you know? And I said, I was just by your house about 10-15 minutes ago. So I said, let me go over and take a look. And so I went over to his house, and half hour later, I'm buying it. And very, very excited to get this car. We did a lot of work to it to get it back on the road. I mean, it was a barn find. I could have sold it without it running. Very valuable car, but I like to make things run. If you can see the body here, there's little chips, little scratches. That little line, that black line, that's original. That's part of the 7-liter package. Okay, here we are looking at the interior. This interior is 100% original. No repairs on it. Very clean. And if you look at it, you'll think this looks like a 500 XL, Galaxie 500 XL interior. Well, this is it says Galaxie 500. You can see it right there. But the 7-liter actually is a 500 XL, but it's instead of a 500 XL, they call it a 7-liter. So this is the top of the line Galaxie over the top of the 500 XL. But if you look at the steering wheel, it's got the sport steering wheel on it. One little crack right there in the bottom. You'll see this actually on Mustangs too, with pony interior. But if you look at the dash, very, very clean. No cracks. You look around the speaker hole, no cracks. You already know the radio works because I had showed it to you. No rips in the seat. The rear seat is just as nice. You look at the headliner. You can see the courtesy light working over there in the corner. It works on both sides. Actually, dash lights work. The console's nice. If you look underneath here, courtesy light works underneath the dash. If you want to look at the brake pedals and the gas pedal, a little wear, but not much. When this went into the 7-liter registry back in 1990, I think the guy put it in the 7-liter registry, and it was denoted that back then it had 43,000 miles. He swears up and down, you know, right now it has 45,000 miles. He swears up and down it's 45,000 miles. They told him that it had 43,000 miles when he bought it. You know, it's really hard to tell because I don't have any written documentation on it. The only thing I have is a couple stories, and I have a sticker that shows oil change service at 43,000 miles around 1987. So you have to use your own judgment on it. Even if it's rolled over, this is an amazing car. The more I'm around it, I think, you know, it wasn't a garage queen, but I think it probably could be 45,000 miles. I mean, we're talking about 50 years of use. So, but the car is super clean. You look underneath the doors, no rust. You look inside the jams, extremely clean. No rust in there, no paint over or anything like that. We're going to show you the windows rolling up and down. Tim will actually show you. Well, I'll walk around this other side. I like how these windows roll up. Very smooth. I like how it angled up. Here's the driver's window. We'll go over to the other side. Again, no stutters or anything like that. Wing windows work. Yeah, they don't make them like this anymore. You can see the original, some original stickers from California Patrol. It actually has the original, I don't know if you can see this, the original windshield still in it. Original mirror. You can see it there with Ford Moco on the back of it, chrome on it. Just a nice car. We'll do a little walk around. The rest of it, we'll turn it around here so you can see the other side. Just checking out the back. You know, you can see the taillights are real nice. You know, there's a little pitting and stuff on different chrome. But overall, in great shape for an original car. Again, you can see it's a little faded. And stuff, a little wax might be nice, like it for it, like I said before, but I would just drive it like this and enjoy it. You can see little scratches and stuff, you know, inside the gas tank. There's some little bubbling right here, but honestly, I think it's really, really, really minor. You can just see the paint. I think it's very surfacey. Actually, I know it's very surfacey. There's no holes there, right? I've looked at this kind of paint many, many, many times. Very minor stuff, just from being old. 7-liter badge. If you look down it, it's actually pretty straight. A couple little dings right here. You can see there's no rust down there at the bottom of the doors. No rust bubbles. No bubbles here in the quarters. And nothing behind the back wheel. I'll walk around it one more time here. Why don't you go ahead and start it up, Tim? Yeah, it's just very smooth sounding. Very smooth. Okay, well, let's take a look at the engine. Again, this is a Q code engine, which is a 428 here right in the VIN. I don't know if you can see that. It's a Q in the 5th digit, and on the door tag, it's a Q in the 5th digit as well. This is a 428 police interceptor, I think is what they call it. 428 cubic inch, factory 4-barrel. They rated it at 345 horse with around 460 torque. I think the horsepower was actually a little higher than that because they would kind of list them as a little bit lower than that for insurances and stuff. But you can look here, it has all the California smog still on it. No one took it off. Still got the original radiator, has the air conditioning still on it. Actually, I think the air conditioning will probably work. It actually cycles. We can turn it on, you can hear it click. Everything's hooked up. At the least, it's probably just going to need a charge, but you know, you never know until you get into it. That was something that we thought about trying to look at, but we just left it for the next person to work on it. One of the biggest things is when I got the car, it hadn't ran since 91. He parked it out in a barn out in Mount Angel here, not far from here. He bought it in 87, drove it around a little bit, and parked it in 91 in a barn. But one of the things I wanted to do was, you know, I didn't want to present it as a barn find. I like to make things run, and we did a lot of work to this car to make it get running again. So we'll go ahead and start it up, let you hear it run a little bit. It actually runs very smooth. You know, things we did to it, we replaced the, actually we rebuilt the carburetor on it, the original carburetor. We put new exhaust manifold gaskets on it. We went ahead and put new valve cover gaskets on it. And one thing led to another. We started doing other things. We replaced the intake manifold gasket, and while I had it out, it didn't need it, but I went ahead and replaced the water pump on it. The brakes are completely rebuilt in this car. It has Kelsey Hayes 4 caliper piston, front disc brakes and drum brakes on the back. So it's got new shoes up front, new calipers. We also replaced the booster. We replaced the master cylinder. We actually converted it to a dual master cylinder system instead of the single. Basically, it will stop a lot better this way, but we kept the original in case someone wanted to convert it back. And it's almost impossible to get a replacement master cylinder for it. It would have to be rebuilt and sent off. But you can see it has power steering. It's just a nice car. and it drives so smooth down the road. We also replaced the oil pan gasket in it as well, so leaks are real minimal, and we just wanted to keep it as original as we could. And you can see that air cleaner. That air cleaner is original, and they actually put the high performance filament back in it, and that's what I did. You can see those on like Hypo Mustangs, K-Code Mustangs. So I put a reproduction filament back in it. We also serviced the transmission on it, and so it's actually in good running condition. This right here is the original sales order when they ordered it on 4/29/66. They went in, they wanted this exact kind of car, so they can see here they paid their $100 and they ordered it. Cost them $4,050. They put the $100 down. They had a balance of $39.50. Well, in June, here's their canceled check for $39.50 back in June '66. These were really nice folks. I mean, I never got to meet them. I think they've passed by now. They used to send Tom, the second owner of the car, actually Christmas cards, and he only had one of the cards, and I have one of the notes that they send him, and I think at one time he had sent him some pictures of it during the time of ownership. This seat works. Pretty rare seat. So you flip this lever and it reclines all the way back, and then this headrest, and this is crazy, it raises up so you can take a little nap. But that's a really rare option. I only seen that a couple times in like Thunderbirds, but as the registry guy says at the 7-liter registry, very rare, and there's not very many of these cars in the registry. Actually, if you go to their website, I think it was just a little over like 780 7-liters are known to exist right now, and there's only 495 actually hardtop cars. The other ones were convertibles. Anyways, nice car. I'm going to kind of miss this one, especially a high performance 428 Q code car. Okay, here I am sitting in the passenger seat. We'll start it up. Car starts up very nice. Actually, I just missed it, but the idiot lights work there on the dash. The radio works. Has speaker front and back. The clock over there isn't working. The horn doesn't work. The gas gauge, I'm not sure what's going on with that, because I put a new gas tank in it, new sending unit. I think it's something up here with the gauge, because everything's correct there. We'll check the ground again, but I have not been able to make that work. The speedometer works in the car, and also the odometer obviously works, but in the blinkers on the dash, they all work, and the courtesy lights work in it. And the fan works, there we go. And the air conditioning, turn the fan back on there, Tim. I don't know if you can hear this. You can hear it change, but you can hear it click up there. Anyways, I think the AC would probably work like I mentioned before, just gonna take a little bit of work, but the good thing it's all there. So, anyways, nice clean car. Look inside the glove box here. The light works actually in there, and the emergency flashes are in there. So, and here's their, actually I haven't tried this before. It's a non-smoker. We'll see if it actually works. You can see again the dash, no cracks on it, which is amazing for a car like this. I've owned a few Galaxies. Yep, it works. But I'm not going to take up smoking. So, any of you guys that have a phone charger, I'll show you there how nice and smooth the steering is. I mean, one hand steering with the power steering. We're in a cul-de-sac here. Very, very smooth.